Hello, my name is Nicole Garcia. I'm taking Drama 15 and this is my GE video about diversity and global interdependence. Diversity is the state of assortment or having variety, and this class has informed me about diversity through reading about cultures and society and how they interact with each other. Diversity is strong in America, but we do not accept other cultures for who they are and we make them assimilate into one single culture. I'm going to give you two examples from plays of how diversity is affecting people and how is affecting people from accepting or rejecting their culture. In the play, Fresh Off the Boat by David Henry Hwang, Grace has a difficult time making friends because no one wants to be friends with her since she is neither American nor Chinese. She is both, but she doesn't fit in one circle fully. She has a hard time growing up making friends the whole time. But she does keep her Chinese values and traditions, and she finds comfort in her father's car, and that is the reason she continues to not assimilate. In Mi Familia, the family tries to instill the Mexican values that they bring back from Mexico with them into their children. They live in a Mexican community, they speak Spanish, they live a simple life, and they pass on their ancestors' traditions, but their children still assimilate and do not always follow what they hope for. Jucho, which is one of their sons, dies from American values of money and appearance, which hinder him from talking to his father and also from following his Mexican values. Money and appearance end up killing him. And Memo, their other son, becomes a lawyer and Americanized. At the end of the movie, he brings his wife and in-laws to meet his parents, but he's also embarrassed of who they are and tries to say what they're saying is lies and that their culture isn't true. In both stories, culture is undermined and the characters are forced to assimilate to the American society. But by keeping their culture, they help society stay diverse, which is what Grace did, whereas Memos and Jucho helped it become one. Diversity will still flourish when people embrace their ancestors and traditions, but America should not make people change so that way we can still say as having variety and assortments. Global independence is a mutual dependence, and one mutual quality that many people around the world are trying to reach is freedom. All over the world, people wish to have their voice be heard and to be free to think, speak, and talk. People should work together to reach these goals, but they have a hard time acknowledging that they all are the same and they have the same goals. Martin Luther King Jr. gave a famous speech, "I Have a Dream," and that inspired many African Americans to fight for equality and freedom, to be seen as a person, not property or anything different than white Americans. This inspired many people today and at his time to want equality and to be heard. Cesar Chavez is another representation of global independence for freedom because he took a stand for the Mexican community to be paid and treated fairly. He started the Great Protest and also influenced Valdez to start a theater. He influences Mexican Americans to stand up for themselves so Americans can acknowledge them as human beings and part of society. Not only do they help with the agriculture, but they are people as well. They wanted to be noticed as humans, and they want to have a voice and be free of burdens that farm owners put on them for being different. Just because they're different doesn't mean they're not part of our culture and America. America is a melting pot, and we need to be diverse. Arthur Miller was blacklisted for encouraging communism and writing plays. They made connections about Salem witch trials, people being punished for being innocent. He wanted people to have a fighting chance and be seen as equal. This is one of the reasons he stood for communism, but he was punished for his beliefs and could not be free. This class has taught me all over the world that people want to be treated fairly and gain freedom. People are willing to risk their lives so others don't have to go through the mistreatments and not being heard. Though reading Throughout reading the plays, I have gathered the understanding that the world is diverse because of embracing our cultures, and that there's global interdependence for freedom. Thank you for listening.